Alcohol isn't commonly consumed by the more traditional AlkenStar. Wait for it. The influence of Briite philosophy, promulgated by a widespread distribution of the Briite text, Logic of Design, has led to the categorization of food and drink into logical and illogical groups. In AlkenStar, Briite thought, alcohol, which reduces precision and lucidity, is an illogical beverage, while coffee and tea as drinks that give energy and alertness are considered logical drinks. The famed AlkenStar ice wine is produced almost exclusively for export to Geb and very rarely consumed within the city. Visitors and recent migrants aren't expected to abstain and can purchase a wide range of liquid refreshments in AlkenStar's many taverns and tap houses in all of these establishments. Dungunny soldiers drink on the house in recognition of their invaluable contributions to the city's foundation and defense. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of the All Guns, No Glory podcast. I am your host, GM Jeff, and tonight we are playing Pathfinder's Revised Edition rule set as much as we can, or at least on the player side, and we are playing Book 2 of the Outlaws of AlkenStar adventure path called The Cradle of Quartz. Tonight, we rush back to a desert, a lone airship approaching a black and purpled magnetic storm of a mana waste monstrosity. But that's not their biggest problem at the moment. When last we left our company, something large had impacted the back of the ship, and no sooner had you guys started cleaning up the mess from these mutant winged marauders, as such as they might have been called, something has hit the ship and has impacted it with such force that you guys feel it in the floor, and it causes you all to shift your weight. Maybe not knock you over, but shift your weight. Almost immediately, the captain comes over the nozzle tube speaker system and starts, "Get aft! Find out what the hell that is." "I saw wings," she says, growling into the microphone. "What do you guys do? Can I have you all roll perception on your main page as initiative, because it's already going down."
Ooh, 29 for Charwin.
Okay. 19 for El Manubrio.
And Blaster?
12.
Okay. Pilo gets 30. "Hey, fellas. I'm going to go into the engine room and see if I can help the boys. See if there's any damage." And he goes tearing off to a logical post of, ignorantly running up the stairs, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and disappearing up into the engine room, where he will try to make himself useful until called upon. Drag him into there. So off he goes. Which brings us...
Charwin instead.
I did. I think I deleted Charwin.
Kidnapper!
Oh, God.
Good night, everybody.
How did
Need
that
long
happen?
rest.
There you go. Something has hit the second kiss. What could it be? I'm going to go to the battle board. What? No reason. Just a little extra tension. Who knows what's going on? Which brings us to Charwin with his 29. What do you want to do, Charwin? Standing in the middle of the sort of entertainment galley on the lower level, where you guys were mopping up blood and guts and feathers, you are currently a mere 10 feet from the aft deck door to the outside look-back lounge, as it's called, where we do most of our battling of all things that attack the ship.
You know, this hasn't worked out too well for me, so I'm going to do it again. I'm going to go to the bar. There's a window over there, so I'm going to go over to the window and take a look out.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Go to the window. All right. Next is the actual thing that hit us. A large, four-squared, bat-winged, multi-headed, four-legged, long-tailed monstrosity goes swooping by your window. And one of 3 different heads, one's flying, one's looking around, and one turns and looks right at you, Charwin, in slow motion as this thing, huge, just bat wings, fur, and 3 different heads. Is that a lizard, a lion, and some kind of goat head goes flying past your window, and this thing goes up. Up, up, up. And then we feel it hit the second kiss again, like it's tearing into the air bladders up above us. And that's me. Actually, I'm going to attack the ship, which has hit points and such. Which brings us to Manubrio.
I will load my gun.
Okay. Where you are standing, up on the seat.
Yep.
Okay. Because it's the same side of the ship with your high perception of 19, you do get a glimpse of bat wings and fuzzy. Maybe not the heads, but something goes whipping by your window as well.
Up.
So we're up. And it, yeah, you see
up.
it like ascending. Yeah.
All right. I will.
You reload?
Yep. So I reload, and then I will also head out to the aft deck. But I will go around the bar because I can't look out that window because it's too high.
Okay.
And go out and around the corner. That'll be a double move, so that'll be all I can actually do. Load my gun, move twice. I think.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 40. Yes. Double move to get right up to the rail.
Okay. So skirting along, and then over on the port side, or left side, we have outside on the lounge, behind the bar looking through a window, we have Charwin. So he's got a wall behind him, a window beside him, and that bar that has protected him so well, the 10-foot long L-shaped bar. You're on the opposite side where the stools are, going right up to the rail, and you're at the corner where it's still straight before it starts angling to the back and sort of pinching off at the back of the lounge itself. So double move and reload, and you're good?
Yep.
Okay. Blaster Valentine. Across the hall, across the aisle from where little M started, you also were in a booth. What do you want to do?
Restart my video?
Well, in the meantime, tell me what you want to do with your dude.
Go to the back with the others. And prepare for battle.
Okay. Oh, there he is.
Meow, meow, meow.
Nice.
In our videos, Speigler sporting a new avatar look because of for certain video problems and reasons we won't get into. Okay, so you want to tag your mini where you want to head, drag and pull, and I'll see if you got that in the movement there. Rush out the door, standing in the center of the deck. Okay. How many actions you got left?
That's it.
Okay. Distracted, looking at your own side, the starboard side, you did not catch a glimpse, but something has your companion's attention, and they look
Yep.
a
Staying
little bit
vigilant.
concerned. A little bit concerned, right? Celessa Torda, the half-orc female big hunter, has a very cool ability called Sentry's Aim. Concentration ability, 2 actions. If she carefully aims when she fires, she can make a ranged weapon strike with a +1 circumstance bonus. The strike ignores the concealed condition, lesser cover, and standard cover, and reduces crater cover to standard. So looking down her sights, she can ignore small obstacles, clouds. Very cool ability. This thing flies up over her and comes down like 60 feet beyond her crow's nest position because she's up there, right? And you guys can hear over speaker, "What, Tarnasian?" You know, and then you hear the scuttling of her getting the blunderbuss ready and everything, right? Because I feel it like it's like a brass bell flower. You know, like the microphones. That is the tube where they talk into the the one end of the cone and it comes out through the other, right? Kind of got this mounted brass bell up there on the actual crow's nest, and it's mounted to stick and face the ballista because you're busy with 2 guys arming and firing said ballista. You don't have time to pull out the mic and ask for orders, and you want to hear up there in the wind. So the apparatus up there on the crow's nest is larger and looks more like the old gramophone, the big bell flower facing to talk into and to hear, right? So it's picking up everything around it. You guys hear the wind, and you guys hear, her fumbling around with her gun. But I don't think she's going to be able to crack off a shot just yet. She's spying around. She sees it. She gets all loaded up, that kind of thing. She's getting ready to go. And telling you guys that there's a big, big, big 3-headed cat up here. The second kiss is an airship that currently has 150 hit points. And now, thanks to the creature, it has claw, slash, less. It has less than 150 hit points. As a matter of fact, I think we should just target if I can. Because right now, this is my new giant scratching post. There we go. Boop. Oh, that worked. Okay. The second kiss takes 12 points of damage. It's down to 138 hit points. Now, luckily, you guys know that it's several air bladders ribbed all the way along. Right? Like, this thing doesn't slash a hole and we immediately start dropping like a stone. It's designed that this thing can take lightning strikes, to take callista bolts and stuff. But if enough of these bladders get damaged, we lose enough air pressure that this thing will descend out of the sky rapidly and we might crash. So we do have 2 problems, not just one problem, as this thing seems interested in disabling the ship as opposed to just attacking who's on top. Pilo is in the engine room doing his thing, brings us back to Charwin.
All right. So I'm thinking about the kiss, and I'm thinking about where we can go to attack this thing. So up at the top, there's only the crow's nest. Is that right? With the ballistas,
Yes.
and then where we're at, there's
Now,
a little bit of
you,
room.
you could technically get out and put a leg over the crow's nest and walk on top of the actual airship. Like it's wide enough all around it that you technically with athletics and acrobatics walk along the top of the train, as it were.
Okay.
I mean, it's not exactly safe with the wind blowing and something up there that could knock you off, but it is that kind of thing where it's wide enough that you're not just worried about your balance. You are, you could get up there and fight and such. Balance could come into play with certain things. Like this thing takes a swipe at you, but I don't think it would be terrible. Yeah, there's the chance of getting knocked off, but then there's always that reflex save of 15 to 20 to save yourself, where you could jab a dagger in the side or grab one of the ropes that secure it or dig your nail. You know what I mean? Like it is dangerous, but it's like no more dangerous than fighting on a snowy hill. Except that if you do manage to get to the end, and it is a
Yahoo!
well, this is an airship. Like, it's only a couple hundred feet off the ground. We're not like 1,000 feet in the air. These things fly only like a couple hundred feet off the ground.
I don't think that
maximum velocity. but
Looks at Jarwin's health. I don't think that matters.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm trying to debate whether there's a chance he will come to us onto our nice little porch here, or if we have to go all the way up to the top to meet him.
I want to fight on the top anyways, so that's where I'm going.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that's where he wants to be, right? Like, he's flying. Why would he come to us underneath the belly of the ship?
Want to be there for long.
I found a great big kitty scratching post, and I'm ripping it apart. You guys can stay down here and see how it's.
We just
watch your
out.
he'll get tired. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yep. I will state, let's go to the top, boys.
Okay.
And I will start making my way up.
All right. 15. You go up the stairway that's right there. Lucky you.
Yeah. 25. And then hop out there.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So 25 puts you at the top of the stairwell with your head popped up in the next section. You want to keep going from there, right? Because you have a 25-foot move.
Yep.
Correct. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, because no one shuts doors. That's the only good thing about the last combat. Like, oh no, we're low on hit points. Like, yeah, but all the doors are open. We have free access. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 puts you in the hallway.
Perfect.
That's 2 moves. You got 3. And keep going.
Yes. We'll just go to the
5,
nearest
10,
one.
15, 20, 25. Pilo's left that door open. Okay. This puts you in the shaft with the ladder 5 feet in front of you, where you can climb that ladder and get into the inner scaffolding and the inner works of said ship, right? And from there, the scaffolding, if you go aft, you can go towards the engine rooms. If you go towards the front, it's only 15 feet to another ladder that you climb right into the bottom of the crow's nest.
Okay. Yep.
Which is like this 15 by 15 triangle with squared edges plopped on top of the thing. If you guys scroll down to the very bottom of the map, you see a cutaway version, and the dotted lines are actually the passageways, right? So if you look at the back of the ship, right, you guys are going from the windows into the dark charcoal brown, which is the second level, no windows where all the cabins are, to the back into the shaft. So technically, if I ping this, or ping, Charwin, you are standing right here in front of the ladder. Right? And you'll go, next round, you can go up to the scaffolding, and then you can go to the engines in the back, or you can go to the next ladder and you see the crow's nest up here. Go see?
Perfect.
Pretty cool, huh? Okay. The creature continues to claw and bite and tear, or claw, at the giant invader that is flying through its territory. Rip, rip, rip. Damage. 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 Rip, 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 rip. Does the second kiss have any kind of hardness? It has a hardness of 20. So even though this thing is ripping like mad, it's got to do at least 21 points of damage in a single hit to do a single point of damage. But some of the things this creature can do are, massive hits. So, with this thing ripping and tearing away and us still taking some moderate damage, which brings us to little M.
I am going to take the circular staircase right here.
Okay.
So 25, and then after 25, I still have 15. So 40 in a single move. Does that get me up the spiral?
The stairs are considered like 10 feet themselves. So in front of the stairs to get into them and up them is 10 feet, and then out is 15, like just the same amount of distance as if you were going through the other stairs. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, so if you go 5, 10 through him, 15, then go diagonally 20 for your first 5, 25. Now this door is actually closed. That's the downside.
Oh, the door's
right?
closed? Yeah, okay.
Because
never
no one's used this.
I'll just take the stairs.
Okay.
The other stairs. I will follow Charwin.
Okay.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 gets me to the top of the first landing.
Okay.
And then second movement, 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, I'll just bypass him. I'll just jump on his shoulder, bounce off his staff.
50 puts you at the base of the ladder.
50 puts me there?
Well, unless you want to climb Charwin, like you climbing up a ladder with your little legs. Technically, a character can do it, but if you just want to cling to Charwin.
Could I, ninja my way past him with acrobatics?
Sure. Well, you don't have to go past him. He's an ally. He's free movement through him.
Yeah.
He doesn't block your way.
Technically, he's on a ladder, right?
No, he's in front of it. He hasn't mounted.
Oh, he hasn't hit the ladder. Oh, I can just motor by him. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So 50. So 50. So I got 30 more feet.
50 puts you on the bottom of the ladder, right?
So up the ladder.
Right now, climbing, unless you have some kind of climbing feat, I believe climbing movement is like 1/4 or something.
Half.
Yeah.
So how
climbing stairs, I'm not going to slow you down, but climbing an actual ladder, unfortunately, is, So you've got how much left?
Snazzy acrobatics. I have 30 feet of movement remaining.
Right. So that would 15 feet. That would easily put you into the catwalks. Not bad.
I'll take it.
I'm gonna say the 15 foot up, so you're on the ladder still,
at the top,
poking your head. Yeah. Well, I'm just looking at the cutaway version. It's like, okay, well, these are 10-foot ceilings. That looks like a 15-foot or 20-foot climb. So, being kind, right? Give me an acrobatics check anyway. See if you can't whip and boost and pull. Just so that there's no ifs, ands, or buts of you even getting this far.
I can. 100% I can. There you go. 27.
Yeah. Okay. So there's no bones about you getting this far. Blaster. That's true.
I will use all my actions to move up to the crow's nest with
Oh,
following manubrio.
Your avatar is blinking and his eyebrows are going. That's awesome. I just can't believe how cool that looks. Now he's stretching his mouth and smiling and doing all kinds of crap. There you go. That's funny. We should have got Joe Davis to throw up this kind of avatar when he was playing his cat dude. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm so distracted with that awesome that does not really translate to podcast. Sorry. What were you doing, Valentine? Very sorry.
Using all my actions for moving, like following manubrio.
What is your movement? 25?
Yeah.
Okay. So 10, 15, 20, 25 puts you on the stairs. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 puts you in the hallway. 5, 10, 15, 20. And unfortunately, you got to stop because Charwin, you would end up in Charwin Square.
I was going to say, though, if you use all your actions for movement, do you get to move like a little bit further?
Running. But I don't know. Drew, do you have to run in a straight line in this game?
Don't know.
I think there's feats. Like there's certain feats you take to, like, you know, I can run faster and around corners and you know what I mean? Like they put it into feats. Not everybody can. It's a good point. I'll tell you what, give me an athletics check, Blaster. Until we find the real rules and make you burn all your feats, give me an athletics check. And if you can hit some decent numbers, I will give you sprinting, grabbing the rail, throwing yourself up. 13, not so much. 29, that's good. Okay. And another one? Say
Direction is not mentioned, but you lose your dexterity bonus to AC unless you have the feat.
Okay.
And there's only so many rounds you can run before you conk out due to your constitution.
Okay. 3 of your rolls over 15. 1 is a crit over 15, so I will
and armor affects it as well. If you're heavy armor, you can only run 3 times, not 4 times. Sorry, I'm just finding out more stuff as I'm scrolling.
Are you considered... Do you have armor, Blaster?
No, I don't wear any armor, not even light.
Okay.
I just have a coat.
Anyway, with those rolls, grabbing doorways, launching yourself, extending your arm piston, grabbing a doorway and heaving it up. Like, I remember being in high school, and you know how you jump on the stairs and you'd grab the rail and you would pull with your arm as you ran? And you would just frickin', you know what I mean? Like, it didn't really get you speed, but it kept your momentum so that when you got to a corner or something, there wasn't those pauses. Pause, turn a corner, right, type of thing. So anyway, yes, I will put you on that ladder, sir.
Awesome.
Okay. I'll give you 5 for the 15, and I'll give you, climbs a half. So, like, you're on the ladder. You're in front of Charwin. Mission accomplished. We'll look into real rules later, but I could see that. When you don't know, dice roll, right? Which brings us to Celesta Torella, who is ready to aim her arquebus and probably draw a bunch of aggro from our big cat. She's been in this game for 5 or 6 episodes and has done not a lot, but she stuck around to hunt some big game.
Nat 20.
Come on, big game came out of the sky and landed right in front of me. Like, oh hell yeah! She's all excited. This is it. That's it. Well, the acrobats, come on here, kitty, right? Sentry's aim with a plus. So happy. There's my +1, right? +1 to hit this thing. The arquebus. Now, I don't have like the weapon itself. I need the range increment for the arquebus. As I am, what am I? 70 feet away from this thing? We'll see. Maybe Fantasy Grounds will do it for me. A 7. Gets me an 18 with my +1 for aiming, and I miss. So the shot rings out, right? And I'm right next to the bail thing, so you hear the captain swearing because she fires a weapon next to the speaker.
150 feet is the range.
Nice. Blam! Fires off my arquebus. Arquebus. Not blunderbuss, that's the shotgun. Arquebus, which is a rifle with the belled nozzle at the end. Rifle. Boom. Oh, there it is. 150 feet, 1 to reload. Okay, so I 2 to aim, take my shot, aims and fires. Yep, so 2 to aim and fire, bang, and I immediately begin to reload. I missed. Bang. Actually hits the cat, but it's such a fine spray that it doesn't really damage said giant monstrosity. Gets its attention, though, which brings us to round 3. You guys can hear, not that we're near any speakers. I'm just assuming that there's key points that these little nozzle talkie tubes are, you know what I mean? And since everyone's yelling, you guys can kind of hear, certain conversations. You guys can hear Pilo, "Hi, fellas, I'm here to help." And the goblins immediately start arguing over who gets to have them and which side, which propeller, which goblin gets to, or no, I'm not taking them, you take them kind of thing. But Pilo will help with the engines. Charwin. Everyone goes, you're like, "Let's go." And by the time you get to the ladder, the guys pass you, both of them.
Guys, you gotta stop going so fast.
How old does Charwin appear to be?
He appears probably in his 60s to 70s.
Yeah, 64, 1 year before retirement, that kind of thing.
And are you an elf or a half elf?
Human.
You're
He's
human.
human.
Full on
yeah.
human.
Damn. Okay. So there's no sneaking for you. It's all cracks and pops, is what you're saying.
Right.
His staff collapses into one of those two-handled wheelchair. I can't think of it. The 4 legs, and the guy leans on it.
I thought you were a half elf.
Walker. Yeah, no. No, he's a druid. He's a human druid with a secret archetype.
I've just been out in the mana wastes a little too long.
A little sun.
It's actually 30. He just appears.
Yeah.
60, 70.
But it's he's got sunstroke, so his brain is that of a 70-year-old, and he's just out in the mana waste too long, communing with the mushrooms. Anyway, Charwin, complaining they're going too fast. You want to get on the ladder?
Yep, I will
Okay.
attempt to go by Blaster.
Now, I don't think, again, even though technically you're climbing straight through an ally, the standard rule is you can pass your miniature through allied minis for free. So there's some good news as you begin to climb. 5, and then you start your climbing, and you got 25,
I will say,
right?
I've done it at work before where I've had to share a ladder with somebody and pass them, and it's just you lean to one side, the other person leans to the other side. It does work, but it's awkward.
Okay. Well, with a 15-ish, 20-footish climb and a triple move, it pretty much takes you the whole movement to get yourself up and out. Are you going towards the engines or the crow's nest?
I was going to go towards the crow's nest.
Okay. What did we say that was? 15 feet, and you're at the bottom, and it's your half move to climb. So I won't make you make acrobatics check. I'll just, tax you heavily for the climb. Bump, bump, bump. Up you go. Which brings us to the lion, goat, dragon-headed monstrosity, mutant, bat-winged, cat, feline-bodied threat. It starts crawling, stalking its way onto the top and towards our friend as a move, and it closes to 40 feet. Where are we? Come on. Oh, I have the wrong thing targeted. That's why I'm not getting targeted. This thing closes to 40 feet, stalking along, keeping low, smart enough to know that, something's getting thrown at it. And then the tail comes up and spikes release towards our friend. And spikes once critically hit Celessa. And she takes 1d10 plus 8, 2d10 plus 16, 22 points of damage in a first strike. And the tail whips around, and with penalties, she gets hit a second time for regular damage, and the spikes hit her for 1d for 11 points of damage, and she lays there dying.
Okay, I'm
She
gonna call
falls-
shenanigans on her big game hunter business card right now.
She just got 2-shot.
Hey, well, she's not dead. She's a named character and is currently dying. You guys might be able to save her. Who knows? Alll, what do you do?
I will continue to clamber my way up to the
Yep.
crow's
okay,
nest. Is
so-
that what it's called?
Yep, the 5-foot step out, 10,
Yep, 5.
15, 20 puts you at the bottom of the ladder.
Yep.
And
Coming up.
your movement is, what's your
40.
movement? Okay,
40.
so if 20 gets you there, that gets you 10 on the ladder. This is a 20-foot. The other one's 15. This is definitely 20, 25 feet. I'm going to say 25 by the look of the diagram here.
Okay.
So one movement gets you 10 foot up, and then for 25 feet left, and half.
Just take me up to the top and up against the railing.
Okay.
And that was 2 movements, and I will go into my pack and retrieve my 50 feet of rope.
Okay.
And that's me.
Okay. You get up there, you get the pack out, and you're pulling out your rope, and you look over, and at first you think she's like, aiming and doing the foxhole thing, and then you realize that her arm is dangling. There's a big spike out of her shoulder, and there's one out of her neck, and she's not, her head's lulled a little bit. It's like, uh-oh, blast her. What do you do?
Continue moving upwards to the crow's nest.
Okay, your movement is 25 feet?
Yes.
Okay, if you keep giving me athletics check, I could possibly round that to 30 so that in half climbing, you'd get 15 a burst as opposed to just 10.
Okay.
Okay? So using your go-go gadget arms and legs, skipping rails, he's just clambering up there.
I picture a reverse slinky action.
Yeah, you do realize though, if you keep doing this, I'm going to ask you to look for some kind of cool feat to take when you level. Going, well, I tried it out, now I can do it proficiently. It's kind of a neat way to organically try something. Going, this is really cool. I'll take the feat. Now I can easily, increase my climbing speed or whatever. It's one of the reasons why I'm allowing these dice rolls or whatever is that maybe you keep doing this. Take the feats later. Anyway.
Oh, well, actually, I should be using acrobatics because I always talk about how I'm jumping around and stuff.
Sure. You can use either or. Athletics is jumping and climbing, though, by the way. Acrobatics is a lot of flipping and dodging. You can use either, but technically, as you're trying to vault, this is still, heavily into the athletics. Now, is your acrobatics roll better?
They're the same.
Yeah, okay. I would stick with the athletics because technically it's jumping, climbing, leaping. Parkour is as much, even more athletics than it would be acrobatics. All the flipping and landing is acro, but the jumping and wall running and stuff is all covered under athletics. 2 17s. That's not bad. Give me one more. You keep this above 15, and I'll keep my word on the movement. Give you 2 and a 3.
I was going to say, do I need to use all 3?
Well, let's see. You are currently, I'm trying to give you 15 foot of move. So you're on the ladder. 15 feet gets you into the tunnel. 15 feet gets you just ahead of Charwin. And then you want to run again. You go 5, 10, and then your 25 is cut to 10, which is cut to 5. Does not put you very, the problem is the catwalk separating it's not a straight shot up a ladder. It's a ladder, run 10 feet down a gangplank, and then start a separate climb. And that's what's screwing you. You're barely 5 feet up the ladder and have an action left. So you tell me. You got 20 feet above you. You're 5 feet up a ladder. There's 20 feet of ladder, but you're straight up to the crow's nest now because you were here, and now you're up here. You're seeing those pings on the crosshatch at the very bottom of the map. You see the crosshatch?
Oh, yeah, that is a long ladder going up to the top.
Yeah. So I had you here, and you're 1, 2 up here, and then you're 3, 4 up here. So I was Your last action. You want to just keep going?
Yeah.
Okay, give me another athletics. 23. Not a crit, but gets the job done. Okay. I will put you... what do you have, a 25 to get you in half? 20 feet to go? Still got to cut your movement in half. So that puts you way close to the top of the ladder, but unfortunately not out yet. You just don't have 45-foot move puppy legs. What can I say? Can you imagine, like, Blaster, like, cutting off his lower half and getting himself, like, spider legs or something as an upgrade? Some kind of...
Not what I envisioned for him, sorry.
No. I don't think your programming would... Because you're alive,
Yeah.
right? It would be literally like, cut myself in half. No.
Jet propulsion device, though, you know.
Yeah. Can I have a backpack?
Astro Boy. Your feet just like plug in and become thrusters.
Yeah.
Saressa starts making con checks. And
What we see is her coughing up blood.
Well, it wasn't a crit that downed me. It was the second attack. Lucky me. So I'm at dying 1. And so she needs like 11 and making a con check. Now, normally they don't do this for NPCs, but like I said, it said she was dying, not dead. So she stabilizes on her own. So like she's unconscious and she's got these stakes in her and there's a bit of blood, but she's not like spurting and bleeding out. Not that I should really share this knowledge with you guys, but like I said, she's in rough shape. Oh no, right? And then suddenly, because she actually like if you're dead, you're dead, right? If you flatline, whatever, right? But if you stabilize, it's like your pulse gets rapid and then steadies type of thing, right? You hear a whirling noise. Elle, you're right beside her, like adjacent. She's ahead of you and to the right in that crux of the crow's nest, and you're on the rail, okay? So you're right down there. You hear this faint whirling noise, gears and pulleys, and from her belt, like belt buckle satchel area, right?
Yep.
You know those cylinders that they would scratch audio into and you put the needle to it and it would play back?
Yep.
Okay. You hear this scratchy recording and you know that piston release that like something's activating? And you hear this you hear a scratchy recording start up. And it says,
"Hello, valued customer, and thank you for choosing Stabco brand P36 modulator Injector. To inject your current alchemical solution, please press the green button. To change solutions, please press the chartreuse button. For instructions on how to reload the P39 modulator injector, please press Seafoam."
and it just starts prattling on with all kinds of instructions while she's unconscious and unable to press these buttons. And we go to round 4. Pilo,
Joke's
is
on-
it doing... What?
Joke's on you. I'm colorblind. No, I'm just kidding.
You notice all the buttons are kind of shaded green. Charwin.
Let's keep moving on up.
Okay. Where's Charwin here? Right. 5, 10, 15 to the bottom of the ladder. Your movement can get you... What do you got left? 10 feet left. You can get
10
5 feet up.
feet.
So you get 5 feet up that ladder because it's half moves. You're 5 feet up. You get 20 feet left. As a double move, you can get up to where Valentine is. Okay.
Okay.
I will be kind and say that Valentine is like, hanging out of the side. Like he hasn't pulled himself out, but he's not on the ladder so much as, you know how you're like on the ledge? Your stomach's on the ground and your legs are coming out, that kind of thing. He's hauling himself out and you just get up behind him, pushing your way up. 1, 2, 3, and you're there.
And I'm just humming on the ladder. I'm 6 feet from the edge and I'm thinking.
his little internal radio is picking up ham airship radio. It's coming out of his vocals. Old radio waves. Actually, there is a podcast called Airship Radio or something like that. I've listened to it before. It's really good. Alll.
Yes.
This creature. Okay. Not really seeing you guys because you're all crawling out and you're below that sort of lip level. You see how this thing is like 3 to 4 feet edge. You're tiny. They're crawling out. So this creature thinks it's downed its opponent and goes back to clawing the crap.
Sick.
You know. Yeah.
All right.
Well, yeah.
I heard the recording. And the background music.
That's a good way of nailing it. I'm going to give you a hero point because not only did you not break copyright, following up on a little bit, you know. And
so I'll move over and investigate for the green button. So I will give you some perception action.
Mm-hmm.
Do I find the button that is actually green with a 24?
Do you remember? Was it green? Was it puce? Was it seafoam? Was it which one was what?
Green was to inject the currently equipped one.
Okay.
So,
you press the green button?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I will press the green button.
Okay. The DM is now addressing our mystery guest, who we will reveal later. The P39x injector. Was it the green button? Is he doing this right?
That is correct. Unfortunately, please roll to see what button you actually press.
Oh, okay. We want percentile?
I have 8 buttons written down. Please roll me a 1d8.
Oh, no. Okay. 2.
Thank you for clicking the Jade button, our liability and warranty information. If your blood has turned corrosive, please press Forest Green. If your legs have turned into writhing tentacles, please press Emerald. If you would like to go back, please press Green again.
Close but no cigar. Dude, I did not come up with this rando stuff. He's pulling a Doug Baldwin on me. Yeah, I'll roll a d6 and see if my shield generator. Dude's
right.
pulling this out. You know? Yeah.
Well, I got one action again. Bam! Another D8. Let's see what I got.
Hey, man, you said you were colorblind, so this is on you.
That one in the
4.
tower, so I am
He rolled a 4. He rolled 4. He rolled a 4.
Ah, I see you've clicked our customer complaints department. For customer complaints, please insert the P39 modulator injector directly into our valued customer's eye socket. If you have any more questions, please restart the P39 modulator injector again.
If our mystery guest drops a character, are you going to start with extra hero point? Did you just tell the customer to jab itself in the eye if it wants to complain?
But of course, you are but our valued customer. We would rather nothing more than to be directly inserted into your thoughts of how you think about Stabco for all your related needs.
Oh, that sucks because she's getting a injector bajiggy in her eye right now. On my next turn.
Pressing buttons. Okay, that's all your actions, Alll?
Yeah, that is.
Okay. Blaster. Blaster's wondering. He's checking his VIN number to see if he was made by Stabco. Sounds like a good company.
Pop it, twist it, push it.
Yeah, exactly. Blast it. Oh, crap, that's me. He pulls out his gun.
Engaging Protectron parameter.
Okay. Haul yourself to your feet. You see Celesta's down. Alll looks like he's trying to do some battle medicine or something. He's fumbling with the gear at her belt, so maybe he's trying to help. Maybe he's trying to rob her. Who knows? You help haul yourself up. Charwin's right behind you. You do the quick look around. What do you want to do? I'm gonna put you guys. Like right now, you guys, your world, I should actually not put you on the ship. I should put you guys in the crow's nest. Like, until you guys start like peering over the edge and looking for perception and where's my target, your whole world is this tiny crow's nest, which is mapped out on the bottom left. You see this? You know what I mean? Like, this is your foxhole, right? 2 ballista, Charwin in the middle. You've popped out the back or the front, and Alll's beside you. The girl's in front of you. You know, there's 10 feet to a forward wall, ballista left and right, starboard port, 10 feet to a back wall, and the walls are joined on angles, all by wooden built-up struts kind of thing. What do you want to do?
Perceive 1 with an 11. Oh my god.
Okay. I'm not going to tell you that how badly she's wounded or whatever. She's just not moving, and Alll's working on her. Okay. There is movement 40 feet away. You know, it's not hard to see the big furry lump 40 feet down because it's large creature. So it actually draws your perception, your peripheral eye line. So there's something furry and bat-like moving down there, right? You see the ballista, but as far as you can tell, there's no immediate threats or whatever. Like, you know, there's something at the front ahead of you. Not sure what it is. It's just big and furry and about 40 feet away. 2 actions left. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna move up against the wall and like take cover.
Okay. Tuck in beside Celessa.
Yeah.
Okay. Go in, tuck in cover. Last action. Have a good look around. I know it sucks that you're wrong. Hey, 11 isn't bad. It's 10. It's the basics. My opponent is 40 feet away. It's big, it's furry, and has wings. Not sure what it is, right? Pull up beside her. Yep, she's not moving. Alll's doing something. Charwin's taking his time, and you've dived into good cover. Not bad, you know, for crap rolls. Got an action left. What do you want to do?
I can take a shot.
Yeah, if you want. Are you loaded?
I'm always loaded.
A little bit of whiskey in my... Oh, okay, you mean your gun's loaded. All right. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Focusing on the battle ahead of you, I'm going to transport you to the top of the area where I've penciled in very badly whereabouts the thing is, etc., etc.
Yeah.
All right. Targeting this strange-looking creature. Take a shot 40 feet away.
And I missed with a 20.
What is the range increment on your pistol, just out of curiosity?
I think 60.
Okay, so not bad. Take a bang. Celesta, as she's stable and can't really do much else while unconscious. I'm going to, because we had a lot coming out of our P39, I'm going to like just retroact that time. Like, it's still talking. Alll, to you, you're getting what it said like in the last moments. Okay. Pylo's doing his thing, brings us to Charwin. Charwin, your head's sticking out of a hole. You're clinging to the top of a ladder.
Oh, let's finish climbing all the way up.
Okay. Forward.
Let's see. I would position myself. Yeah, right there.
Okay, so coming forward, you're right behind Celesta. Forward to the right is Val, and to your immediate left is Little M.
Okay.
I'd even say he's tucked into the square there. He's working on her.
I want to take a look at our enemy who took down our big game hunter so quickly and do a knowledge recall check.
Okay. What the heck is this thing?
nature or
Nature and Arcana or Occult all would have possibilities with different DCs.
try?
It is technically a beast. So technically, nature still works on identifying this thing. Okay. You have heard of a chimera. Have you not?
I have.
Do you know what a chimera is? Textbook version?
But have you heard of a lion, goat, dragon beast?
Wait, hang on. There's more. I want to hear. I want to hear Charwin's interpretation of what a chimera is. Textbook, the simple version.
Yeah, usually it's like a lion, some kind of goatish type creature, some kind of lizard-like creature, and then snakes for a tail.
Right. So it's got the body of a lion and a lion's head, and then on its shoulders you have a dragon head and a goat head, and has big dragon bat wings and some messed up tail. This, the actual lion head looks more like the face of a man as well as a lion, and it has a large spiked tail, just like a manticore. Like this is some sort of mutated hybrid creature, a chimeric manticore, if you will. Which probably means it can do everything both creatures can. Best of luck. Charwin starts back down the ladder.
Well, now I got my look. I'm out of here.
See ya. He's you're the spy guy, right? He jumps to the side. He's got a parachute, ripcords it. Just bye. Descends down into the man awaits. Ooh, some Bond music. What do you want to do, Charwin?
Let's take a look at the ballistas. Do I even know how to use these things?
Yes, I've been waiting for this. They are covered under simplistic and martial weapons, and it takes 2 people, 2 actions, or 1 guy, 4 actions, right? So you can have 1 guy loading and setting, and the other guy aiming and firing, and can fire it inside of 4 actions in a round. Or, and you can take extra action to aim. Sorry. So 2 actions for 1 guy to shoot it, another guy loads, and it's a 2-man crew.
What's your dex score?
Oh, dexterity. Ooh, +2.
Nice. That's good. That's good.
So it's not bad. Okay.
He's pretty spry for an old guy.
Can I have a crafting check?
Sure.
Not your weapon. Secured to the deck. There is ammunition. You, with your crafting in the tower, you believe it's just a giant crossbow that you can fire. Its proportions are enough that you would need help, or it take you quite a while. Like all this rolls through your head in those 2 seconds of you know what I mean? And because you've never seen it, it's secured to the deck, like blah, blah, blah. I'm going to waste your last action as this all runs through your brain going, can I use this thing? Is this an opportune weapon? Well, yes, it is. All I need to do is flip this, unscrew this, load this, blah, blah, blah. Somebody's help would be great, you know. And now the chimeric manticore's turn. Somebody shot at me. Bang. And it's out there going rippity rip, scritchity scritch, and then bang. Another shot. My tender ears. I have 6 set of ears, Valentine. I don't like loud noises. This thing looks up, and I see a human popped up. Side profile, look hunched over ballista point. Don't see the little dog dude. I see girl over the gun, and then there's you know, 1 red laser eye and the gun. Right? So obviously this needs more of my attention. 3 heads as a free action, you know, have a little huddle. The wings come around and the 3 heads. Let's get them. All right.
I love it when they have like multi-headed creatures that have discussions with themselves. It's like one of my favorite tropes. Love it so much. I don't know why I love it so much, but I love it so much.
But it makes so much sense.
Doesn't it though? Like
Yeah.
they give each of them their own distinct personality type. It's just so good.
I hinted at the joke that like just because of the huddle and there's the wings and you can hit and one pops up with the wing and looks at you right really fast, just for flavor though, because yeah. Anyway, actually, you know what? I'm gonna spend an action as it perceives you guys and has its little combo because I'm always taxing you guys. So it spends an action to perceive, because like I said, I literally said I see this. So it's discerning its targets. That's perception check. Action gone. And then it decides, the lion head and the goat head are looking at the dragon head. They're both nodding. You go. And the dragon head opens its mouth and static and electricity appears arcing between its jaws and a 60-foot line of electricity that deals 8d6 of electrical damage with a base reflex save of 25 goes whipping down towards us. Can I have a... I need a target. You guys are not lined up perfectly. Oh, no, wait a minute. Charwin. You wanted to look at these ballista, right? No, you're still standing behind the girl. You haven't moved. I see two people. Two targets. Odd or even, Charwin?
Let's go odd.
That's odd. Okay. Speigler. Valentine. Roll your favorite dice. Raw in the out in the open.
I don't
D12,
what-
D10. Pick up any of your dice. Your favorite round. Do you like D20s? Do you like D12s? What's your favorite dice?
Oh, I thought you were saying like you already knew my favorite.
Oh, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I like the D10.
I like the D10. Okay. And he rolls a 2. And Blaster Valentine becomes the target of a 60-foot line of electrical damage. And we will find out more about that and see you all next time.